Hi, so I thought we could do some meditation together today. Um, so just find a place that you can sit where you're not going to be disturbed. And you might like to get a pillow for your sit bones. That can just be good to raise the hips up a little bit higher than the knees. So I just have a little pillow here like this. And just sit your sitting bones, hip bones onto that pillow. You might like to sit with your legs crossed. You're also welcome to maybe do this sitting in a chair if that's more comfortable for you. And just before we get into the meditation, we'll do a little bit of movement to start to feel into where our bodies are at today. And I'll take you through some breath work as well, just to help calm our nervous systems down a little bit. So once you've found your seated position, you might just like to close your eyes for a moment if that feels comfortable for you. Otherwise, you're welcome to bring the eyes down just in front of you if that feels more appropriate. And just start to tune into how your body, how you are doing in this moment, really start to land in this experience. You might like to connect to your body, maybe using your hands. So maybe taking the hands to the legs, feeling a sense of grounding, the weight of the palms down against the legs. And really feel that whatever you have come with today for this practice is entirely welcome. Whether that be tension in the body, emotions, thoughts. Just really feel and allow all of you to be here now exactly as it is. No need to censor or change your reality. We'll just start off with some really easy, gentle movement through this, the spine and the torso. So maybe just allowing the hands to rest on the knees or the thighs. Go to explore some spinal movement here. So you might find as well throughout this video that I have my eyes closed. And that sometimes they may be open. So just so you know, that's just how I'll be teaching today, and you're welcome to have your eyes open or closed throughout the practice. So finding maybe the hands to the knees or the thighs. And then start to bring the chest forward, bring the shoulders back, arch through the back, open through the chest. Maybe look up with the chin. And then start to curl through the spine, bring the shoulders forward, bring the chin in towards the chest. Maybe you tuck through the tailbone here as well. So arching through the spine, opening through the heart, lifting the head. And then maybe curling through the spine, bringing the chin to the chest. You might like to work with your breath here. So maybe inhaling as you open and arch through the spine. And maybe exhaling as you curl in. You're welcome to move as fast or as slow here as you like as well. You might pause at a certain spot if that feels useful for your body today. So really feel that this movement, this body, this practice is yours, and you're welcome to change or move in any way that feels right for your body. And when you're ready, just starting to find your way back towards a more neutral spine. Just doing some circles with your chest now and with your torso. Again, the hands might be resting on the knees here or the thighs. Maybe making those circles smaller and then getting larger. Maybe beginning to incorporate your breath, breathing in as you come forward, exhaling as you come back. Might get the neck involved a little bit here too, maybe doing some circles with the neck and the head. And then beginning to change directions when it feels right for you. Maybe noticing sensation in through the torso, in through the hips, the back. You might notice sensation in different parts of the body as well. Or perhaps even areas without sensation or numbness. So again, just allowing your experience to be whatever it is in this moment. Just witnessing how your body is, how you are in this moment. And coming back towards center when you're ready. You might like to take one hand to the mat next to you or resting on the chair. Or just sweep the other arm up and over towards the side. Palm facing down towards the ground and the arm that is raised. And maybe exploring a little bit of movement here. If that feels good, you might come in and out a couple of times. Might be some gentle movement through the neck and the head to really feel that you can explore the body here and flow in a movement and a pace that feels right, or maybe pausing for a moment here, just really starting to feel into the breath, especially into that lung, that side that is in stretch. Beautiful. And then we'll come back towards center when you're ready. You might like to inhale and raise both the arms up. And then exhale, come over to the other side. Again, any little movements, pulses. Exploring the inner terrain of sensations in your body here. Maybe pausing for a moment, tuning into the breath, feeling that expansion through the rib cage as you inhale and a softening as you exhale. And then when you're ready, starting to come towards center, maybe inhaling, reaching the arms up. And then exhale, just interlace the hands and bring them behind the back of the head. And then on the next inhalation, when you're ready, you can start to open through the chest and look up and see if you can feel an opening across the chest, maybe drawing the elbows back a little bit here, squeezing through the back of the shoulder blades. And then as you exhale, we're going to curl through the spine again, bring the chin in towards the chest, maybe bring the elbows forward. Just allow the head to hang. You might want to stay here for a breath or two, just feeling into the back of the neck. And then maybe beginning to move with the breath, inhaling, opening up like a flower unfurling towards the sunshine as you breathe in, opening through the heart. And then exhaling, curling in, bringing it all back in towards your center. Just a couple more like this. And then after the next exhalation that you take, just bringing the hands down towards the lap. The palms may rest up. You might like to rest the palms down on the knees or the thighs. Just moving into some gentle neck movements. So as you exhale, just bring one ear down to the shoulder. Maybe start to draw some little semicircles with the chin. Tracing across the upper chest. And then swapping sides, bringing the other ear down towards the shoulder. And allow this journey and exploration of this movement to be entirely yours. Again, moving as slow or as fast as you'd like, maybe pausing. Really noticing the whole architecture of the neck and the shoulders. And then maybe beginning when you're ready to start to draw circles with the chin. Or you're welcome to stay with this semicircle movement as well. Leading with the chin if you're drawing full circles. Maybe noticing the different sensations if you're choosing this option. Maybe towards the front of the neck, even towards the ears. And beginning to switch directions when you're ready. And slowly coming back towards your center point, maybe pausing for a moment here. Noticing the inner experience, the inner felt sense of your body now. And we'll just do a couple of shoulder movements. So maybe drawing the shoulders up towards the ears and then relaxing them back down. Maybe inhaling, squeezing the shoulders up. And then you might exhale and just let them drop. Or you might like to make that movement a bit more slow. So just see what feels good for your body. Maybe drawing circles with the shoulders here too. You might like to just move the shoulders by themselves. Or maybe bringing the fingertips to the shoulders and drawing circles with the elbows as well. Maybe inhaling as you come up and exhaling as you come down. It's really feeling into the chest and the upper back, the heart space. And then beginning to switch directions when you feel ready. Noticing any sticky spots in that movement. Beginning to find an ending to that movement. Bringing the hands back down towards the legs. Maybe finding a little bit of grounding and centering here through movement, if that's helpful for you. So you might just shift the weight gently from side to side or forward and back. Maybe stillness is more useful for you. And then we're going to move into some breath work now. So I invite you just to bring one hand to your chest and your heart space, and the other one can come to the belly. And again, maybe gently closing the eyes down for a moment. And just start to feel into that inner sense of you. Maybe sensing or noticing now a bit more stillness in the body. Perhaps being aware just of the gentle flow of the breath. And not needing to change or manipulate your breath just yet. Just noticing its natural pace in and out. Maybe seeing if you can feel it more in the chest or the belly. Tuning into the qualities of your natural breath. Perhaps a shorter inhalation, longer exhalation. Maybe it's even or uneven. Again, just allowing it to be exactly as it is in this moment. As you're holding this natural breath in your awareness, gently cradling this flow of breath with your attention. You might also notice that there's no doing here in your part. This presence is just naturally here, this natural noticing. And the breath is just naturally flowing. And it's almost like you're just watching the body being breathed. Like you're sitting on the shore of the ocean, just observing the waves flow in and out. I'm going to do a breathing pattern here, which really helps to calm our nervous system. I'm actually not sure what it's called, but there's been some studies done on it. And it's really good to use if you're feeling overwhelmed or anxious. So we'll just be using it as a little bit of a clearing breath for anything that might be hanging in our awareness at the moment, just to help us land in a deeper state of presence. So we'll be breathing in twice through the nose and then exhaling through the mouth. So as you breathe in twice, before you exhale, we'll sip a little bit of air in again before we breathe out. So the breath will move like this. I'll demonstrate. Breathing in twice. Tiny little sip of air. And then exhale through the mouth. You might sigh out too. So breathing in twice. Sip a bit of air in. And exhale through the mouth. There you go. As you breathe in twice, imagine you breathe into the belly, the chest, a little bit of air, and exhale, sigh it out. Right, 3 more like that. Breathing in, belly, chest, A little bit of air, and exhale, let it go. Beautiful, breathing in. And as you exhale, let go of something you might be holding on to here. Last one, breathing in. And exhale, release. Feel the shoulders soften down away from the ears. Feel the lower belly soften. Just moving into alternate nostril breathing now. So we'll be taking our index and middle finger in a mudra or hand gesture to rest between between the two eyebrows. Then we'll be using our thumb and our ring finger to alternately block off each nostril. So the idea with this breath is that we're balancing the solar and lunar energies in our body. So in yoga, we talk about Ida and Pingala nadis, and they represent like the yin and yang flows in the body, and they're also correlated to each nostril. So the left nostril is Ida, or feminine, and then the right nostril is Pingala, or masculine. And it's part of Hatha yoga, which means sun moon yoga, and it's a really beautiful technique that we can use to bring some harmony between these two opposite complementary forces in our body. And it also helps to balance our brain, each hemisphere of our brain. So just resting the index and middle finger between the eyebrows. Then we'll block off our right nostril, breathe in through the left. Block off the left, breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right. Block it off and breathe out through the left. And then just keep going like this. Find your own pace here. You want the breath to be expansive, but you don't want to have a sense that you're forcing the breath. So expansive yet gentle, spacious breath. As you breathe in, you might get a sense that you're breathing from the base of the body, feeling the belly and the chest up, all the way breathing up to the top of the head. And as you exhale, exhale from the top down, breathing out from the chest first and then the belly. So the breath is moving like a wave in the body here, breathing in, belly, chest, maybe feeling the breath travel all the way up to that point between the eyebrows. And then as you exhale, moving from that space down to the chest, down to the belly, maybe the belly draws in at the end of the exhalation. If the arm that's doing the mudra gets strained, you can support the elbow with the opposite hand. Really feel that you're harmonizing, balancing the body, the energy system, and consequently the mind here. And the next time that you breathe out through the left nostril, just bring the hands down, remain with the eyes closed. Bring your awareness within. Maybe noticing any changes or differences in your energy, in your attention. Or maybe noticing no differences as well. So just allowing your experience to be exactly as it is right now. just before we move into our meditation, we're going to do a little bit of hands-on work to really connect us into the elements and the felt sense of our body. So the meditation we'll be doing today is connecting to the chakras and the elements of our body within these chakras, and how those are intimately connected to the elements that make up our reality, that construct the earth. And as within, so without. So in this deep honoring of these elements and these energies in our own body, we can also begin to more deeply honor the earth and the elements that exist within the earth body as well. And so many of us are disconnected from our bodies on so many different levels. So I invite you just to maybe close your eyes for this practice. And just bring your palms together here for a moment. Start to feel this aliveness of energy, maybe a sense of tingling or warmth between the palms. And then start to rub the palms together and just create some friction and some heat here. Uniting the hand chakras, your energy centers in our palms that are deeply connected to our heart center, so that we may give and show our love in the world and also receive that. So the beautiful thing about touch is that we can be both the giver and the receiver. It's a very healing thing that we can do for ourselves. So feeling this sense of energy and love in the palms. And then place the palms over the closed eyes. And then really gently begin to allow your hands and your fingers just to explore the features of your face, your forehead, gently connecting to each part of you through the eyes and the eyebrows, really feeling the aliveness of your being under the touch of your palms, maybe massaging through the cheeks and the jaw, through the nose, the temples, through the ears, through the base of the neck, maybe through the crown of the head and the scalp. Really feel that you're waking your body up here and beginning to receive the life that is awakened within you, knowing that all of you, each part of your body, of your being, is sacred. And maybe beginning to massage through the shoulders. And there's nowhere else that you need to be right now. Just simply here with you and your felt sense. Maybe feeling down the arms, through the chest. When was the last time that you connected to your chest, to your heart space, to your ribs, maybe the side of the ribs, to the belly, down to the womb space for women, the lower abdomen, the hara. powerful grounding center to the hips. And maybe round the hips to the lower back. To the middle back. We're gently inviting the hands to the back of the shoulder blades. If there's any areas that you notice that are really seeking extra attention or love, you might just pause and maybe send your breath to those spaces as well, as a way to breathe this sense of presence and to say to yourself, I'm here with you through your breath, through your touch, and that all of you is welcome. And maybe feeling down to the glutes, to the pelvis, down through the thighs, to the knees, the calf muscles, the ankles. Feeling down to the soles of the feet. These feet that have walked the journey of life with you. And that can lead you home as well. And how often do we give them love? So feeling into each of your toes, your big toe, second, third, fourth and fifth toes. You might like to then just lightly trace your hands from the soles of the feet, back up the legs, back up through the torso, down the arms to the palms and the fingertips. And you're tracing your hands back up through the face to the head, the crown of the head. And then coming to rest maybe with the hands in the center of your heart or anywhere else on the body that feels nurturing for you. And just notice how the body feels, how your being feels. After connecting and feeling and receiving from yourself. And whatever emotions might be here too, just allow them to be here, allow them to flow. Holding them, receiving them as well. Any thoughts, any resistances, any blockages. Then remaining with the hands in that sacred space, just invite you to maybe feel into an intention that you might like to work with. If you can't think of one, that's also okay. But if you do have one, just start to feel it being born through this space, this sacred center of your being. And start to feel that intention grow. And let's begin to breathe that intention in. So draw the breath in, breathe that intention in through every cell of the body. And exhaling through the mouth maybe. Just letting it go for now. Just knowing that it'll be working with you lots of different levels today. And maybe bringing the hands to the lap or a comfortable position. Beginning to move into our meditation now, just allowing the eyes to close. Going to go on a bit of a journey through the senses, through the elements. Before we do, let's just breathe out gently through the mouth. So we feel our being begin to sink into a state of spaciousness and presence and stillness. Maybe beginning to feel the shoulders gently moving down away from the ears, softening through the shoulders. And imagining this sense of a warm wave of energy now spreading down through the body. You might feel it come in through the top of the head, softening down through the muscles of the forehead, through the eyebrows and the eyelids. This wave of soft, warm energy melting down through the cheekbones, down through the jaw and the mouth. You might just move the jaw a couple of times just to release, allow the tongue to be soft in the mouth. Melting down through the neck, the shoulders, the arms, down to the tips of the fingers. I'm feeling this soft, warm energy moving down through the chest, through the torso and the belly. Feeling the lower belly and the abdomen soften here. We often carry a lot in our solar plexus, in our bellies. Soft belly. Moving into the pelvis. Feeling the softness move into the deep joints of the hips. And down through the thighs, the knees, the shins and calf muscles, the ankles, the feet, the soles of the feet, all the way down to the tips of the toes. Simply, you are here. In this moment, on this day, in this body. Perfect in your imperfectness. In this aliveness. You might like to begin to tune into the sense of touch. And one way that this might occur for you is through noticing the weight of your body against the ground or the floor or the chair. And feeling into the base chakra at the bottom of the tailbone, the base of your pelvis. The energy of this chakra is stability and security. Maybe feeling into that stability through the grounding, that felt sense of the weight of the body against the earth. Maybe noticing those points where the body makes contact with the ground, and just as you exhale, perhaps feeling those points of contact just ever so slightly begin to expand as the body begins to relax into the support of the earth. So the earth rises up to fully support and hold your body in this moment. You can just feel your consciousness, the felt sense of your body beginning to surrender into that sense of being held here. And you might start to notice or feel into that plane of contact, but feel through your inner felt sense that boundary there between your body and the earth underneath you, it's a bit more malleable than you might have constructed in your mind. That really there is an exchange of energy, of felt sense down through the base of you into the earth below you and back up from the earth into your body. And feel your body beginning to harmonize and attune to this deeper earth underneath you. The qualities of this earth element, like a mountain, present, unshakable, anchored deeply into your being, into the center of the earth and of you. Deeply held. And then gently bringing your attention up from this chakra into the sacral chakra, which is at the sacrum, the bone between the two hip bones. So the lower belly area. For women, it's the womb space. For men too, there is an energetic womb here, or a power center. They refer to it as the hara, or strong energy center, connected to creativity, sexual energy, which is this creative flowing life force, and the emotions as well. Connected to the water element, tuning into what this water element feels like in your body today. Recognizing that you are mostly water, holding this vibration. Feeling the fluidity of life force, of this creative life force within you. And the emotions are intimately connected to the water element. So you may pause here and just feel into your emotional body. Maybe your emotions have been flowing recently like a river, maybe like rapids. Maybe they're stuck like in a swamp or stagnant. Or maybe you can tune in to a deeper depth of the emotional felt sense, like an ocean. That whatever waves or flows of current that happen on the surface of you, emotional states that come and go, that deep, 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 deep underneath that is a sense of stillness. of oceanic, soft, embracing presence. Then gently moving up into the solar plexus chakra, associated with the element of fire. It's the home of our willpower and how we step out into the earth, into the world to live our purpose. It's a power center or a willpower center. As it's connected with the element of fire. May like to just begin to scan through your body and notice the areas of warmth or heat in your body. Feeling that inner fire, that inner flame. The inner energy source. So maybe scanning through the body and noticing heat and this inner aliveness, this inner fire. And then equally beginning to pay attention to areas that feel cool or numb or cold. And just allowing them to be there as well. So many elements within us. This center allows us to step forward and say, I am. Here I am. I am here in full presence, showing up. And then gently moving your attention up now to the heart space in the center of the chest. The sacred temple of the heart in the center of your being. This is connected with the element of air. As you tune into this space within you, you might start to notice the breath. Maybe even feeling that the breath is traveling directly into the center of the heart. As you breathe in, and as you breathe out, expanding that breath outwards in all directions. And as you breathe from this heart center, feeling the breath expand in 360 degrees as you exhale into the field around you. Feeling that malleability of the border of your body and the spaciousness in the body of the planet and the atmosphere around you. Breathing in the breath and the atmosphere and the mystery and the spaciousness around you comes deeply into the center of you. And as you breathe out, you're expanding yourself out into the spaciousness. So there's this two-way conversation with the breath between the inner reality and realm and the outer reality and realm. As within, so without. You might like to feel into the sense that you're breathing love in from the field around you into the center of you. And as you breathe out, you're sending that love back out into all that is, knowing that all that is really all of you. And then gently beginning to bring your attention up a little further now into the base of the throat chakra. We say this chakra is associated with the element of ether. It's about how we express ourselves, how we live and express our truth. And it's also not just a projector of your truth, but a receiver of information, of consciousness. And sound is deeply linked to this chakra and the element of ether, as sound vibration moves through ether. So you might like to start to just take your awareness out from your body, out into the environment. And almost like your awareness was a radar beam, just start to scan the environment for sounds. So maybe listening for sounds furthest away, as far away as you can. If you hear a sound, stay with it for a moment, then drop it and move on to the next sound. So like this, moving from sound to sound, noticing sounds in the far distance. Then maybe moving that attention a bit closer, starting to listen for sounds, perhaps within the building that you're in or closer to you. And then moving closer still, perhaps listening for sounds within the room that you're in. And maybe beginning to notice as well the sound of silence between or behind all these sounds, in which these sounds are born out of and then return. Sensing or hearing the sound of silence. Maybe moving even closer, perhaps hearing the subtle sound of the breath. Maybe noticing the sensation of the breath of the nostrils. And as you bring your observation back to the breath, you might start to also notice the spaces between each breath, at the top of the inhalation and the bottom of the exhalation. Maybe only half a second of space, but start to tune your awareness now to the spaces between the breaths, like the silence behind the sounds. And notice how these spaces are actually one and the same. Maybe those spaces between the breath get ever so slightly longer as you start to tune into them. Then finally inviting your attention into Agya chakra, the third eye chakra, between the eyebrows, the center of the head. We can associate this chakra with the mind. And it is where these complementary energies of yin and yang merge. I invite you to bring your attention into the space behind the closed eyes. We call this space Chittakash, the screen of the mind. And for you, it may just be a dark space, or there may be patterns present there, maybe thoughts moving through. Notice the quality of this spaciousness within your mind, within your inner awareness, can hold these thoughts that might be moving through like clouds that pass by a clear blue sky. And in this way, this inner space of the mind is also like the space behind the sounds, between the breath. They say the true element or natural state of the mind is spaciousness. But here we are observing space. So, where is the subtle presence that is able even to observe space that is devoid of sound, devoid of thought, devoid of substance? What is the presence here which is able to notice the space? You cannot notice anything or observe anything that is one and the same as you. So in our observation of this space, we must be subtler than space itself. Allow yourself to rest in your true self. To come home to this expansiveness that you are. And start to invite your awareness back to your breath. If you feel like you'd like to prolong your sitting in this space, feel free to pause this video and continue to rest in this inner sense of self. Always gently bring your attention back to your breath. Maybe noticing the subtle breath at the nostrils. Cool on the inhalation, warm on the exhalation. And begin to gently invite a bit of a deeper breath into your body now, a bit more conscious, starting to expand through the belly and the chest as you inhale. Maybe exhaling through the mouth as you breathe out. Feeling the movement of the abdomen and the chest, starting to wake the body up again, inhabiting the body with the breath, breathing in. Exhale, letting it go. Let's breathe in from the tips of the toes to the crown of the head, breathing in through every cell and pore. And exhale from the crown of the head all the way out the tips of the toes. Beautiful, twice more, waking the body up, breathing in. And exhaling. Last one, deep breath in. Exhale, release. Maybe starting to wiggle the fingers and the toes, maybe moving through the wrists, the knees, the ankles, the neck and the head. And then just bringing the hands to prayer. Again, starting to rub the palms together, creating some friction and some heat once more. Placing the palms over the closed eyes when you're ready. And then gently opening the eyes into the palms. Maybe massaging down through the forehead, the cheeks, the neck, the shoulders. Tapping the body down, really grounding back into your body, into this moment. I invite you just to maybe close today by bringing maybe one hand to the heart, one to the belly, or anywhere that feels nurturing and safe to you. Perhaps closing the eyes down for a moment. And then just bring to mind the intention that you set at the start. Feel it in the body. Let's breathe that in once again. And exhale, let it go. The light in me recognizes and honors the light in you. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a beautiful day or evening. Thank you.